members of the Senate EQ Committee. Governor.
Just as they sat down.
Wired.
Okay. Mr. Chair, as well as Mr. Vice Chair, Mr. Governor, as well as members of the Senate EQ Committee. AB 398 is the Cap and Trade Extension Bill. The Governor and the leadership of both chambers have negotiated. It is the first of a two-bill package that was carefully and painstakingly negotiated over the past several weeks. The other bill that you'll be hearing from shortly is AB 617, which will be also heard today. AB 398 establishes the post-2020 cap and trade market design for implementation by the State Air Resources Board. It does so by directing the board to use key criteria in extending the market, limiting use of out-of-state offsets, and using current and future allowances to help mitigate price increases. The bill keeps the cost of consumer goods like gasoline stable while making sure pollution is reduced. It protects our state's jobs and businesses from high prices on carbon. But, let me underscore and emphasize, it also extends a key tool in the state's toolbox to reduce climate pollution. AB 398 establishes enhanced legislative oversight and market accountability to ensure our cap and trade program helps keep the economic growth strong. It also directs the Workforce Development Board to report on actions the state can take using cap and trade funds to help grow our economy and create new jobs, build the middle class for California. Today's law already spells out the how cap and trade funds can be spent. This package puts the legislature on record as to its priorities for any future funds. However, there are no appropriations of funds in this bill. Simply a very clear statement of legislative priorities to reduce pollution in hardest hit communities throughout California. In short, those communities that are disproportionately impacted by both criteria pollutants as well as GHG. Along with promoting clean transportation, agricultural sustainability, and research and development. AB 398 cuts and extends key taxes currently paid by manufacturers and by rural property owners, but backfills any general fund loss with cap and trade funds, GGRF dollars. It also ensures industries covered under cap and trade are not double regulated by the ARB or Air District. AB 398 achieves an important balance in that it's good for business, and it's good for the economy, and very good for the environment. Now, let me state a couple points here. Businesses across the board agree that cap and trade is the least expensive way to reduce greenhouse gases pollutions. This proposal keeps businesses' costs to a minimum and protects consumers while reducing pollution and showing the rest of the world the path forward. AB 398, members, is not a perfect bill. No bill ever is. It is a product of countless hours of negotiation and, yes, compromise. We believe, this is the best bill forward given our climate here today to deal with the climate emissions global crisis that we're all enduring, keeping costs low for consumers and making sure that we protect our constituents. Mr. Chair, as well as members, I respectfully ask for an aye vote. No, we have the Governor of the State of California, Governor Jerry Brown, who will share a few words as well.
Governor Brown.
Thank you, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be with you today to talk about a profoundly important issue. Let me make a couple of points. First of all, not the environmental climate, but the political climate. Things are not well in the Republic. We look to Washington, the turmoil, the chaos, the bad feelings exist, not just in general between the parties, but inside the parties. You look at the profound challenge that they're having in Washington in governing. Big problem. We see the executive branch, lots of problems. So America is facing not just a climate crisis with the rest of the world, we are facing a political crisis. Can democracy actually work? Is there a sufficient consensus that we can govern ourselves. And that, I submit to you, is an open question. Here in California, we have our own differences between the two parties, within parties. It's quite incredible. How in the world do we ever pull together and get something done? Well, this is a fundamental issue. This issue of climate change. Now, I know some people don't believe it. I know other people say it's not that big a deal. Other people don't want to look at it. Other people think it is an existential threat to the continuing existence of organized humanity. It's not just me that says that, but scientists everywhere. So the climate science is getting better all the time. If you read the New York Times just yesterday, an ice shelf, a sheet of ice as large as the state of Delaware has just been severed from West Antarctica. This is really serious, and it's not going away. It's not going away. It's only, the science will only get clearer, and we're not going to pull back. The only question is, how do we go forward? We have a cap and trade program. Cap and trade program not designed by me, but designed under the Schwarzenegger, it was started, authorized, under the Schwarzenegger administration, and then continued under my own. The cap and trade program is the most efficient, the most elegant to get the job done. I don't think many of you have heard about cap and trade as you, that has been in effect since 2013. We have not heard much about that. The key thing to remember is we have a cap. There are 400 industries that are under the cap and are part of the cap and trade business. That cap is going down. It is not the same this year as it was last year. We're talking about millions of tons of greenhouse gases that are being outlawed. When we started this thing, it was about 394 million tons for the 400 companies that are covered. It's now, this year, 370. And it's going down next year to 358. That cap is going down. And it's in law. That's been voted. That's not going to be changed unless some scientist comes up and says, oh, it's a hoax. That's not going to happen. Every month we're getting peer-reviewed studies. That being the case, we're moving forward. We're moving forward with cap and trade being continued by this 2/3 vote, or we're going to regulation, command and control. And the ARB will regulate the food processing, the oil industry, the cement industry, in a way that is not efficient, that will be 3 to 5 times more costly, and yes, that will be notified, that will be noticed by your constituents. Cap and trade is the efficient program, and that's why the people who know most support it. That's the big picture here. We are reducing the permissible level of CO2 and greenhouse gases that can be emitted, and that cap is going down. The permissible level is getting smaller every year by millions of tons. Now, are we going to do that by an extensive, massive, intrusive regulatory burden that will be 3 to 5 times more expensive and will show up in gasoline prices, food prices, and the effect on various industries? That is not the way to go. The way to go is the most efficient, elegant program in the whole world. The California cap and trade system is copied by the biggest country in the world, China. It's copied by and embraced, and part of what we're doing at Quebec. Ontario is waiting to join. So is Oregon. You have an incredible mechanism that protects our economy and that reduces the greenhouse gases. I mean, don't throw this thing out. Don't put us under the Air Resources Board for an intrusive command and control. Cap and trade is the way forward. I know we got politics that have everybody on different sides. This is fundamental, and that's why I stand here, I say it is the most important vote, because climate change is real. It is a threat to organized human existence. Maybe not in my life. I'll be dead. What am I, 79? Do I have 5 years more? Do I have 10 years more? 15? I don't know. 20? I don't know. I don't know what that long. But most of you people, when I look out here, a lot of you people are going to be alive. And you're going to be alive in a horrible situation that you're going to see mass migrations, vector diseases, forest fires, Southern California burning up. That's real, guys. That's what the scientists of the world are saying. So I'm not here about some cockamamie legacy that people talk about. This isn't for me. I'm going to be dead. It's for you. It's for you, and it's damn real. So I just ask you, take it seriously and give us that vote. Now let me tell you about a few other things. After the world has been saved, we got to make sure we can breathe clean air. And the Clean Air Act, which is the companion measure, will clean up the air like no other bill. And it'll clean it up where it's the worst, in vulnerable hotspots that poor people are suffering the most. We have local area plans, we have enforcement mechanisms. This is really a good program. So that's why I'm here. I do get a little excited because, you know, as we get older, we have less patience. And I want to see this thing get done, and I will tell you, we are going to get it. But whatever I got to do, I'm going to do it. And the people who join with us, I'll do whatever I can to help you in the following years here. We're not going to leave you alone here. I know it's tough. I know we got people who are making up stuff, and you got a bunch of adversaries here. But this is the most important vote of your life. And I don't say that. I'm not, unless you think I'm lying. I was in the seminary for 3 years studying to be a good searcher of truth. And I'm telling you, this is the truth as I understand it. And the only way I can be wrong is if I don't get it. If I'm stupid and ignorant. And I'm not. I've been around this business a long time. This is what I'm telling you, it's the way it is. If anything, I'm understating it. So please, take it seriously. I know we got 100 other little issues we got to worry about. They're damn important. The big issue is what's at stake, and Kevin DeLeon has championed this in an amazing way, as well as the Speaker as well. And we've got Republicans who want to get here, but you know it's awfully hard to pull you along. But please, guys, come on along. Let's not be Washington. Let's pull together and show that Republicans and Democrats can respond to what is an existential threat and opportunity for the people of California. We are showing the world, and don't show the world that we're going backwards. We can't get our act together. Remember, we got a national motto. It says, E pluribus unum. From many come one. From many points of view, we got one bill. Actually, we got two. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Governor.
What happens to gas prices and other prices if this measure goes through?
It's a regressive tax that will hit the poor and the middle class in California. Gas taxes could go up to 73 cents a gallon based on the Legislative Analyst's Office report. That can translate up to $1,200 a year for a family with 2 vehicles driving 20,000 miles a year, getting an average of 20 miles per gallon. So, I mean, it's a big impact, okay? So even if you have a more fuel-efficient car, you could be looking at hundreds and hundreds of dollars a year in additional taxes. And if you're going to come up with a solution on air quality issues for the state of California, we ought to be focusing on a solution that doesn't put it on the backs of the poor and the middle class.
What about fire fees? The governor is offering Republicans an enticement saying take away from those rural fire fees that many people in your district have to pay. Is that a sweet enough carrot to go forward?
It's an illegal tax, and I've been fighting that ever since it was passed. I had a referendum, I've carried a couple bills. I have a vehicle for it, Senate Bill 9, which actually repeals it. This bill does not. It's actually a moratorium for 10 years. So that is not the solution. The impact is like giving me a car and taking my home away. Okay, that's the deal that's being presented, and the gas tax increase is much more dramatic in terms of the pocketbook for ordinary Californians.
So the governor is warning that if this measure is not approved by the legislature, ARB will implement it and it will make costs 3 to 5 times more costly.
Not true. He controls ARB. They're his appointments. They ought to be elected, in my opinion. They have a lot of authority, but that authority rests in the governor's office, and he can control what happens with ARB.